This is the dark tale of the Skooma addled fiend Faelian in Oblivion, and exploring who possibly would order a contract on his life. Upon entering the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, we approach Vicente Valtieri in his subterranean dawn for some somber news.
Well now, you are an ambitious one, aren't you? I'm afraid I have no more contracts for you. Our time working together has come to an end. Instead, you must report to Ochiva here in the sanctuary. She will be providing all your contracts from now on and is waiting for you as we speak. Spill some blood for me, dear brother.
Although we will miss the vampire Vicente, we now have a new contract giver and purpose, and accordingly seek out the Argonian assassin Ochiva in the floor above, who looks up from her copy of the lusty Argonian maid and greets.
Ah, greetings. I have been waiting for you. As Vicente surely told you, your time working with him has come to an end. From now on, you will receive all assignments directly from me. In fact, your next contract is available now. In the Imperial City, there lives a high elf who must be removed from existence. Finding this person may prove challenging. Are you interested?
For you, Ochiva? Always. I accept the contract.
I knew you wouldn't be able to resist. Your target is a high elf named Faelian. He lives somewhere in the Imperial City and fancies long walks. Unfortunately, that's all we know. We don't know which district he calls home, which establishments he frequents, or anything about his schedule. This contract will require a bit of detective work. I suggest you speak to your fellow brothers and sisters and see if they can offer any advice. Ah, yes, there is one more thing. The Imperial City is also home to an Imperial Legion captain named Adamus Philida. Do you know who that is?
We then have a flashback of remembrance, as it was Philida himself who had thrown us in the Imperial prison when investigating our first contract.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch! I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Our contempt in full display. We have three options to reply being: the first, feign ignorance and respond, "No, I've never heard of him."
Heed my words. Philida has dedicated his life to eradicating the Dark Brotherhood.
Or, as always, to say nothing.
He becomes rather irate when our duties take us to the Imperial City.
Otherwise, Philida, that self-righteous lapdog.
Quite. Then you know he has dedicated his life to eradicating the Dark Brotherhood and doesn't appreciate when we operate within the Imperial City. When that happens, he tends to make our lives uncomfortable. Let's not give the good captain any reason to go poking around in our affairs, If possible, do away with Faelian someplace out of the way, definitely indoors with no other people around, a secure location with no witnesses. This will make it look like a simple murder. Philida will be none the wiser, and you'll receive a nice bonus. Now go, and may Sithis go with you.
The quest, The Lonely Wanderer, is then added to our journal. Curious for more information, Ochiva reiterates.
While Faelian walks the streets of the Imperial City, the Night Mother weeps in her restlessness. Kill this high elf, and all will be well.
Furthermore, with low disposition, our quest giver will morbidly wish.
I have given you little more than a name. I can only pray that you'll wander the Imperial City aimlessly for days and then eventually die of hunger.
Otherwise, with Philida snipping around and the Imperial City, which is a large city to say the least, where would we even begin?
The High Elf Faelian lives in the Imperial City and fancies long walks. Speak with your fellow family members. They may offer their insights. May the Night Mother guide you.
With the momentous task at hand, we eagerly seek out the guidance from our fellow assassins, starting with Ochiva's own twin brother, Taniva, who barks.
Why do you bother me?
With low disposition, he admits.
With every unattainable contract my sister gives you, I find myself loving her more and more.
Otherwise, Tenaiva, we must begin a manhunt in the Imperial City. What are our odds of survival?
I do so love pursuing a contract in the Imperial City. The alleys, the shadows, the challenge of evading Philida's Legion troops. I envy you. May Sithis be with you.
Apparently, the High Elf Faelian will prove good sport. We then make our way into the Southern Combat Training Room and find the ever-crouched, crotch-cutting Antoinette Marie.
Why do you insist on annoying me?
If our disposition is low, she shares.
I don't know what idea appeals to me more. You getting killed by this Faelian person, or the Imperial Legion using your corpse as a target dummy?
Otherwise, we've been tasked with killing a High Elf in the Imperial City, but must make sure his death isn't public.
Know what I'd do? Talk to Faelian, learn who he is. Maybe then you can lead him to a secluded place. Then, when you're alone, you know. I'll be seeing you then.
Wicked laugh aside, the Breton has a decent plan. Lure Faelian into a web of her own making. We then make our way into the northern dormitory where the burly brawler Gogren Grow Bolmug promises.
If not for the tenants, I would slay you where you stand. You, what do you want?
With low disposition, he taunts.
By Sithis, you are an idiot. Ochiva has sent you on a suicide mission. Philida's men are gonna cut you to pieces.
Otherwise, Gogren, my contract allows me to kill my target, the only stipulation being with no witnesses and in a secluded area. Thoughts?
Now this is what I'm talking about. You kill him up close, face to face, and you still get the bonus. I wish all the contracts were like that. Later then.
Making our way back into the main hall, we can now glean extra contract information off Vicente himself, and he can speak with us as well with less than favorable disposition.
Were I not ordered to assist you, I would forego the tenets and feast on your blood.
With low disposition, he derides.
I look at you and wonder how you're still alive, considering your utter incompetence as an assassin. With any luck, this contract will be your last.
Otherwise, Vicente, we're admittedly a bit lost on how to track down this wandering high elf in the Imperial City. He could be anywhere.
The elves of the Imperial City are a fairly close-knit community. One of them will have at least heard of Faelian. You should ask around. Farewell, brother.
That is by far the best advice yet. Surely the elves will spread gossip on one of their own. They always do. Speaking of gossiping elves, we lastly seek out the archer, Talandril, back from her scouting mission.
I find your very presence foul. Say what you will and then leave my sight.
With low disposition, she berates.
So, you need to find this high elf, Why don't you take a trip to Somerset Isle? Ask around for him there. Idiot.
Otherwise, Talandril, we have to kill a high elf in a secluded area. How would an archer of your caliber execute the contract?
I'd never suggest you forfeit a bonus, of course, but killing Faelian indoors is so unappealing. Too bad you couldn't snipe him from a balcony. But first I guess you have to find him, right? The elven races of the Imperial City are a community unto themselves. Ask them about Faelian. May your arrows always strike true.
Ah, greetings.
She is right about one thing. A bow will be difficult if we follow the contract and deal with the elf in close quarters. Exiting the sanctuary, our quest updates further thanks to speaking with our fellow assassins and reads. I must go to the Imperial City, find a high elf named Faelian, and kill him. If there are any witnesses to the killing, or if I eliminate him in any non-secure location, my reward will be greatly reduced. I should start my search by asking any elves in the Imperial City if they've ever heard of Faelian. As directed, our search takes us to the Imperial City, and we make our way to the infamous Merchant's Inn in the Market District to mingle with the locals and search out the city's elves.
I'm waiting.
Once inside, we bump into a dark elf trader looking to leave named Nilphus O'Melian. With low disposition, he rebuffs our questions about Faelian.
Who? Faelian? I don't see how that's any business of yours at all. Really, the gall of some people.
Otherwise, we raise his disposition
So?
the best way we know how for merchants.
I'll take that, and thank you very much.
Then, when his disposition is over 50, we ask, I'm looking for a high elf. Faelian is his name. Heard of him?
Faelian, you say? Why, yes, I know who he is. Rather distasteful fellow, actually. I believe he lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel. That's in the Talos Plaza district, here in the Imperial City. I'd ask around there if I were you. You too.
And here we assumed he would reside in the Elven Gardens. Our quest then updates guiding. Faelian lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel in the Talos Plaza district of the Imperial City. I should ask around for him there. I can feel myself getting closer. But I must remember, I will forfeit my bonus if Faelian is killed in an unsecure location. The hotel simply will not do. Making our way to the upmarket district, once inside the hotel, we speak to the Redguard bookseller, Fintius.
Go on.
With low disposition, he feigns.
If I liked you better, then I might tell you.
Lacing his palms with septums loosens his tongue.
Oh, that's just the thing.
And then we ask, who can I speak to about a high elf Faelian who resides here?
Talk to the publican, Augusta Calidia. I'm sure she can tell you more about him. Good day.
Behind the counter, we find the Breton publican, Augusta Callida, face buried in the naughty novel The Lusty Argonian Maid. As an aside, the reason I know which books the NPCs are reading is thanks to the unofficial wiki. Curiously, we see a copy of the Black Horse Courier titled Night Mother Rituals on a counter, which is perhaps a clue we will backpocket for later in regards to Faelian's murder. For now, we disturb the Breton from her book and she greets.
Welcome, friend, to the Tiber Septim Hotel. I am Augusta Aledia, your hostess.
With low disposition, she simply waves off.
I might know him. I might not. I don't see how it's any of your business.
With disposition between 30 and 50, she admits.
Yes, I know who Faelian is. Know quite a bit about him, actually, but I probably shouldn't gossip. I mean, we hardly know each other.
Purchasing Callida's confidence, we say,
Every little bit helps.
Augusta, there's an elf about named Faelian. I think you know him.
Faelian? Oh, I know him all right. A waste of life, that one. He lives here, you know, with his sweetheart, a trainer. What that poor girl sees in him, I'll never know. A trainer pays for their room, their food, everything. She's quite wealthy, I believe. Faelian used to have money. Used to be quite a gentleman, too. But that was before he took a fancy to the, you know, the Skooma. Now Faelian's hardly ever here. He's off using Skooma or wandering the city looking for some, I imagine. He comes back every night to be with a trainer. But only for a few hours, I swear. That high elf is going to wind up dead if he keeps living like this. Farewell.
Thanks to Augusta singing like a stuck cliff racer, our quest updates reading. Faelian was once a wealthy nobleman, but has squandered his fortune on Skooma. Faelian spends most of his time wandering the city looking for the drug, leaving his sweetheart, a trainer, at the Tiber Septim Hotel. Maybe a trainer has some information. What I know for certain is that Faelian is very close to death. But I must not kill him in the hotel if I wish to get my bonus. Heading up the stairs of the hotel, our quest diverges into two options. The first is to fail the mission and forego the bonus, which arguably gives us clues in itself. Entering the upstairs section, we find to our right behind the first door a small room with sparse furniture, a closet and dining table in the western corner, and on the bed, we see a high elf sleeping soundly next to his partner. The male is in tattered clothing and awakes with a start.
Huh? What do you want? Sorry, can't talk now. I'm with my lady friend here. Talk to me later. Not here, not in the hotel. Okay.
Confirming this is indeed our Skooma addled quarry, we watch him fall back into his stupor and unsheath our wicked blade, executing him in one deadly strike. Our quest and updates reading. Faelian has been killed, but not in a secure location, so my reward will be reduced. I must now return to the sanctuary and speak with Ochiva to receive said reward. Once inside the sanctuary, Ochiva says,
Yes, Faelian has been killed, but you did not exercise discretion. How many witnesses were there? We may never know. But you can be sure Adamus Philida will suspect the Dark Brotherhood was involved and will launch an investigation. I had hoped to avoid such an irritation. Here is your reward, but the bonus is forfeit. Do try to be more careful next time,
If, instead, we follow Ochiva's instructions to the letter, this will bring us to Method 2, where we can return to the Tiber Septim Hotel, waiting for the High Elf Faelian to depart, and move in to speak to his girlfriend Atrena and learn more of our target.
Oh, Faelian, dear Faelian, why must you ruin both our lives? And what might you want, peasant?
With low disposition, we say, Hi, Atrena. About your boyfriend, Faelian.
Oh, just get away from me. My relationship with Faelian is none of your business.
With higher disposition, we can say, Sorry, it's just... Look, I see you and Faelian together. You seem so sweet on him.
Faelian? He's my sweet, my true love. But I don't know why I'm telling this to you. I mean, we hardly know each other and all.
And finally, with disposition above 50, I understand. It's none of my business. I can just tell you're going through something difficult, and Faelian, well, he looks like he could use a friend.
Please, I don't mean to get emotional, but I feel I can trust you. I just don't know what to do about Faelian. All he thinks about, all he cares about is Skooma. He was a fine young man once, but he's lost everything. His looks, his money, his self-respect. I followed him a few times to see where he goes. He walks around the city looking for Skooma. And then he goes to Lorkmir's house for several hours. It's in the Elfin Gardens district. I think the house is deserted. That's why he goes there, so he can escape from life and do his Skooma. Thank you for listening. You're a good friend. I just hope my sweet Faelian can clean himself up, or that awful Skooma will be the death of him. Oh, yes. Goodbye.
The death of him indeed. Don't worry, Atrena. We'll take care of you, sweet. Our quest and updates guiding. Faelian is alone every day for several hours at Lorkmir's house in the Elven Gardens district of the Imperial City. I could kill him there to avoid any witnesses. As we move to exit the Tiber Septim, we bump into none other than Faelian himself.
Hey, whoa! You shouldn't sneak up on people like that. What? What do you want? Friend? Wait, you're not my friend. If you were my friend, you'd give me something. Like, you know, Skooma.
Where are you going? To Lorkmir's house? Hey, do you want a traveling buddy, Faelian?
Faelian? Hey, that's my name.
Yeah, I'm Faelian.
Seeing as we've hit a bit of a brick wall, we ask, Faelian, are you looking for some skooma, perhaps?
Skooma? Oh, yeah. You want to be my friend? I'll tell you what. Skooma's the only thing I want. You get me some. Now listen up. Skooma. You know what that is? Get me some skooma and we'll be good friends. Okay? Do you have any skooma now? 'Cause I can be your friend right now.
Look at this bottle. I think I have some skooma, Faelian.
Wait. You lied. Oh, that's mean. Nordino. In Bravil. He sells skooma. Late at night. Go get me some. Okay?
Otherwise, sorry, friend. I don't seem to have any skooma on me.
Oh, okay. Well, you get me some skooma, and then we'll be good friends. Okay? Okay? Nordino. In Bravil. He sells it. Late at night. Oh, hey. Yeah, I'll talk to you. Later? Yeah, later.
Hoping Faelian would forget our recent encounter, his mind clamps down on the idea of his next skooma fix.
Oh, hi. Hi again. You're the one who was going to bring me some skooma to be my friend. Yeah, I remember you. Now...
Realizing the only way to gain his friendship comes at a price, being a vial of the illicit substance, we then decide to follow Faelian's dubious guidance and our quest update saying, I met Faelian and he wants me to supply him with skooma. If I do that, he may consider me a friend, making his elimination that much easier. Faelian mentioned that a man named Nordina in Bravil sells skooma late at night. Congruently, we begin our long travel south and arrive at Bravil's northern gate just past the stroke of midnight. And as promised, we find the infamous dealer Nordina wedged between the Lonely Suitor Lodge and the Fair Deal, which he runs during the day. Approaching him, he gets down to business, and we find 5 bottles of skooma in his inventory for a tidy 128 septums apiece. However, we just need 1.
A bargain at any price. Come back and see me again. Bye.
Exiting this seedy city and returning to the Tiber Septum, we find Faelian once more, loitering out front, who absent-mindedly greets.
Oh, hi! Hi again! You're the one who was going to bring me some skooma to be my friend. Yeah, I remember you. Now...
Plucking the bottle from our shroud, we say, You're in luck, Faelian, my friend. I have some skooma with your name on it.
You have skooma? Oh, my friend. Yeah, you're my friend now. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, now that we're friends, you want to come with me to my special place? It's not, very far. If you want, come to Lockmir's house. I go there every day, from 11 in the morning till 5 at night. I just go and relax. Lockmir ain't around no more. I use his house. Here's a key for you. You come whenever you want. Okay then. Oh, yeah. His house is in the, Elven Gardens district. So, yeah. Maybe I'll see you there, my new friend. Goodbye, my friend.
The skooma is then removed from our inventory and replaced with Lockmir's house key. As we turn to depart, Faelian thanks.
Skooma? Oh, yeah. Hey, you gave me some skooma. You are so nice. Oh, yeah. You're such a good friend.
The elf then takes his leave and our quest updates reading. I've supplied Faelian with Skooma and gained some valuable information in return. Every day from 11 in the morning until 5 at night, Faelian goes to Lorkmir's house in the Elven Gardens district of the Imperial City. The house is deserted, so Faelian goes there to use his Skooma. I could kill him there to avoid any witnesses, and conveniently enough, he's even given me a key. Entering the apparently absent Lorkmir's house, we find general clutter littering the ground floor, and the place looks mostly abandoned, bar a single dining table in the northwest corner adorned with some bread and cheese, plus a side of 3 skooma vials for Faelian to wash his supper down with. We then begin to search Lorkmir's house further. Heading up the stairs to the main bedroom, we find, although lit by candlelight, the furniture is toppled. Cobwebs have taken over as the new decor of choice, intermingling with dirt and debris. But no sign of Faelian or his missing friend Lorkmir. Heading down to the basement, we see the cellar packed with foodstuffs like any other. However, descending the stairs, we spot a pool of coagulated blood against the wall. Its source, the Nord warrior Lorkmir, lying face down in his own spilled crimson liquid. We see on him his dagger, still sheathed, as apparently he did not have time to put up a struggle, or knew his attacker. Yet next to his body is a steel dagger, no doubt the murder weapon of choice, to puncture his vital organs before leaving his corpse to rot undetected. Leaving the shoddy crime scene, we trace our way back the way we came, making our way to the ground floor and take a seat, awaiting Faelian's return at 11 a.m. The High Elf enters the door, undoubtedly startled at our presence.
Hey, whoa! You shouldn't sneak up on people like that. Hey, my friend! You made it, huh? That's great. Did you want to just relax, or did you want something else?
We then have 3 options to reply. The first being, as always, to say nothing.
You're kind of weird. You know that? But that's okay. I like crazy people. I like crazy people. And Skooma. Shh.
Otherwise, shh, hush now. It's time to sleep.
Sleep? But nah. No, I'm not tired. Not tired right now. I have lots of, energy. The Skooma. I can feel it in my veins.
And finally, I want your soul, Faelian.
My soul? Whoa! Wow! Yeah! Okay, yeah! That sounds great! You can have my soul. Can I have your soul too? Oh, wow.
Faelian then begins pacing Lorkmir's house, working up an itch for his next fix. Deeming the location as secure as it ever will be, and our only witness, the Night Mother, we spring on Faelian and cast a spell of paralysis. However, he pops up in record time, and we put him down with a single swing of our mace before he can fully react. Our quest then updates reading. Faelian is dead. I killed him in Lorkmir's house, a secure location with no witnesses. I must now return to the sanctuary and speak with Ochiva and receive my reward and bonus. And so we head back to the sanctuary in Shadenhall, mulling over the sparse clues as to who ordered Faelian's death. Once inside, we see Ochiva, who greets.
The High Elf Faelian now swims in the maelstrom of darkness at the feet of our dread father, Sithis, and there were no witnesses to your handiwork. Because of the discretion you exercised, Captain Philida will not suspect the Dark Brotherhood was involved and will not meddle in our affairs. Here is your reward and bonus. Both have been well earned. Go now and rest, and may the Night Mother guard your dreams.
We then receive a level-dependent gold reward, up to 600 gold, and 1 single infamy point. Seeing as we were not detected, we also receive Shadow Hunt, the bow, as a bonus, imbued with damage health and damage magicka enchantments. After which, the citizens of the Imperial City can be heard gossiping about the incident.
A friend of mine is a member of the Legion. He said some Altmer nobleman was murdered right here in the city. Faelian, I think his name was.
But who ordered the hit on Faelian? As with previous contracts, it's clear the developers go to pains to plant evidence of who ordered the contract. So, our first clue, when attempting to establish the contract giver's identity and motives, seems to be, as with previous contracts, the parameters of the bonus. Interestingly, in this case, it is stressed/stipulated multiple times that we must not kill Faelian in the Tiber Septim Hotel. Returning to the scene of the crime in the hotel, we can follow up on our 3 prime suspects. A glaring piece of evidence, the Night Mother's Rituals edition of the Black Horse Courier, sits on Augusta Callida's desk. Well, we can assume Augusta and the other residents had access to this injudicious entry, which outlines how to carry out the Black Sacrament. Suspect 1 seems to be Augusta, the publican of the Tiber Septim Hotel. But why would she want Faelian dead? Motive would be ridding herself of a useless leech, putting a tarnish on the establishment's reputation. Stipulating the murder was outside of the hotel's walls would bolster this theory, although it should be noted, I searched the Septim's basement and alas, there is no secret evidence of the ritual being performed. Our second suspect is thanks to some online theories pointing to Lorkmere himself. They posit that he could have gotten in an argument over Skooma, perhaps with Faelian, and that Faelian had threatened to kill Lorkmere. And in retaliation, Lorkmere performed to the Black Sacrament before he was actually slain by Faelian. However, this seems unlikely and convoluted at best. Our third and final option is our strongest bet. Curiously, after slaying Faelian and sparing a trainer, we can return to her and she still resides at the Tiber Septim Hotel and will continue to live there and nonchalantly answer.
Yes. My name is Atrena. How do you do?
It is a strange response for someone who just lost their mate. But seeing the melancholy in Atrena's eyes and despondent attitude, it would be easy to mistake this for grief. What if she was prematurely grieving Faelian after performing the sacrament? Knowing that Lorkmere was dead thanks to Faelian, Atrena could have accidentally happened upon his corpse when Faelian confessed and used his body to perform the ritual that she learned thanks to the Black Horse Courier copy in the hotel. Furthermore, we cannot kill Faelian outdoors and are steered towards Lorkmere's house, which only Atrena and Faelian are aware of, as far as we can tell, and Atrena divulges said information when questioned and had cause to make sure Faelian's death was not only out of sight, away from the hotel in which she lived, but also to cast suspicion from herself and onto Lorkmere and a falling out between the two. And finally, Atrena divulges all of this information to a complete stranger, despite herself. She may have shed real tears over losing Faelian, yet her ruse seems to drop into something colder as we depart to murder her sweet.
Oh, yes. Goodbye.